What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. This is it, guys. We've been leading up to this. We've been doing show after show for you guys to prep for the Emmys, getting ready for the Emmy nominations on July 8th. This is an exciting time to be a TV fan. It's the Oscars of television, and we are here today to break down every single category. We're going to run through all, or at least all the major categories. We're not going to, because there's so many techs and such. We'll react to those when they come out with the nominees, but we're going to go through all the major categories, some of the ones we went through, and make sure we are finalized on our predictions there. And then we're going to go through some of the ones we haven't gone through, like some of the directing and writing ones. We're going to go through some of the guest acting ones we haven't gone through yet. We're going to go through maybe anime program. We're going to talk about anime program and a few of the other categories that we have not been able to discuss yet. So should be a really fun time. And I'm joined as always by my friend Chris Diaz. Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, happy to be here. Good day. We got our final prediction, and then 5:30 we had the Odyssey social media reaction dropping. Like, this is good Monday.
I thought they said they were avoiding that. Like, they were avoiding the social media.
The social media embargo dropped at 5:30 p.m. EST
But
tonight.
I thought like Nolan said something that like he doesn't want influencer screenings or something like that.
They've been screening the Odyssey throughout the week. Like, they're still screening going on today, and that's why they're dropping the song. Like,
that makes sense. So
we got that and then Moana late tonight, but like it'd be interesting for reactions.
It is going to be very action. I think one is going to be much more superior than the other, but we shall see. So we'll start off with all the drama categories and then work our way down the ladder. So we'll do drama, and of course we'll start off with best drama series, which my picks, I've got The Pit, Pluribus, Paradise, The Diplomat, Task, Slow Horses, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and then I'm sticking by it with Stranger Things. What's your eight?
It's everything. It's that a Stranger Thing for boys.
For the boys, yeah. So we got two different final seasons in there. We'll see which one gets in. There's a chance that neither one gets in, and they go with like the Goated Age or Euphoria or some shit. But we'll see.
Yeah, Euphoria might be the White Lotus.
I think that might be the dark horse to look out for, because of the fact that it was like HBO's biggest show when it came out. It's like super watched by everybody, and everyone was discussing it and having conversations about it. Emmys typically do not nominate shows that are poorly reviewed, but they will nominate shows that are poorly reviewed that are talked about heavily, like Game of Thrones season 8. Even though that was mixed reviewed, they were like, well, we're going to nominate this because everyone is talking about it. And it's like the same way with I could see the same trajectory happen with Euphoria. So
and even Stranger Things, not ever love final season, but
everybody was talking about it. So,
but I think that I would rather see something like I would rather see Fallout get nominated. Better, superior front like second season. A lot of stuff that could get.
It's better than both of those, honestly.
Yeah.
And the thing that that is against Stranger Things' favor is that, and is in Euphoria's favor, is Euphoria came out so recently ago. It came out like in March or April or something like that. So that's when it was starting to air, was around March and April.
Mm-hmm.
And Stranger Things, its final episode premiered in December, or like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, something like that. So it premiered in like December. So that's the only thing that could hold it against it, is that it's not as fresh. And that's one thing with The Boys. The Boys came out in around April as well, something like that, March or April. So with that, it gives the boys more recency bias, I guess
Yeah.
you will. So there is that chance there that Stranger Things just falls off because of
They end up being like the Cobra Kai, like used to be nominated, and final season didn't get no.
Yeah, I think it could be kind of something like that. But I'm gonna stick with it for now. I don't think it's gonna win, but I'll stick with it in case
Yeah.
um something crazy like that
Yeah,
does
I mean,
happen.
if we were talking about comic book show, I had a team freaking with Did Ever Born Again get in because
Yeah.
that was a really good second season.
See, my thing is I'm like, how many genre shows are they really going to nominate too? If you think about it, because it's like Stranger Things is technically a genre. It's like action horror. You got
Paradise is technically a genre.
Paradise, which is like a genre heavy show. You got the Widow's Bay, which is genre show because of like the horror elements.
Yeah.
And then The Boys is a superhero show. So I'm just like, how many of those are they really going to nominate? Like, it's going to be
They
kind of
don't usually nominate the right one. I feel like that's the problem. Like,
yeah, they usually don't nominate the right genre shows. Although Widow's Bay is a great one, so that's something. But that's the reason why I feel like something very bad is going to happen, which we'll get to it. That's the reason why I think that's going to basically get maybe only one or two categories in limited is because it's a genre heavy show and they're not going to want to nominate all these other super genre heavy.
I mean, hell, if I couldn't be there, I'd be happy if it that getting over the last spot over his last.
I would be very happy if that could sneak into. But again, that faces the situation of it came out starting in like the end of October and then went on through that. I just feel like It Welcome to Derry was too long ago for it to actually sneak into this category. But I would love it because I think that show was kind of a slow start for me. But once it got going, I absolutely loved the episode. The Pennywise origin episode is one of the best episodes.
It might win for best makeup or something with the technical.
It probably would win. It probably will win a few tags, or like they do a category for like theme song for a television series
and visual,
and
like some of the Penny,
something like that. I could see it. Welcome to Derry taken for drama actress. My picks are Rhea Seehorn for Pluribus. I've got Zendaya for Euphoria. I've got Carrie Russell for The Diplomat. I've got Kathy Bates, Matlock. I've got Carrie Coon for The Gilded Age. And then one outside shot that might get in because they're doing 5 in this category instead of 6 is Chase Infinity for The Testaments.
I had Chase Infinity over Carrie Coon.
I could see that happening because Carrie Coon is one of those actresses who is a lot like Tom Pelphrey, who doesn't get enough recognition that she deserves in television. She's one of those ones that is absolutely incredible. Like if you ever watch The Leftovers, her performance in that is remarkable and never got an Emmy nomination for it. So, she's one of those that is overlooked sometimes by the Emmys. But Chase Infinity was also overlooked by the Oscars. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, also don't count out The Testament maybe sneaking into best drama because I know a lot of people like that.
I do know a lot of people liked it. Those who saw it, but I don't know how many people saw it. I don't know if it was like popular or big or whatever. Also, look out for industry and drama series because I've heard that was actually pretty.
That is on my to watch list sometime later this year to finally sit down and watch.
That's on my to watch list as well, but I've heard great things about it. So
I hear it's the better version of Succession. That everybody's saying like you don't like Succession, you like industry.
I see, but I love Succession, so
so
it'll be kind of hard to tell that. But so you have everybody else in there except for Carrie Coon? Cool. So for
also don't count out Michelle Pfeiffer because I know that show.
The Madison. I'm hearing some people say that apparently I don't think it's going to get into drama series because I think that's just that. But I am hearing people say that you could see a Michelle Pfeiffer, maybe Kurt
Double
Russell get
nomination.
in there because of them campaigning. They are campaigning the hell out of that show right now, apparently. So
I mean, you don't even nominate Kurt Russell. Nominate him for freaking Monarch. He is so good at Monarch.
He's good on Monarch, but dude, Monarch, I'm sorry. That show is boring. All right.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to get through season 2 and I'm like treading along. I'm like, where's the monster action? It wants me to beg for the monster action. And then it like comes for like 5 minutes of an episode. And then I'm just like, God damn. All right, this is like a boring episode that had a bunch of human shit I didn't care about. And then 5 minutes of monster action. So I don't know. I'm not big on Monarch. I've tried, but Kurt Russell is very good on the show.
Him and White Russell, like perfect pairing, like flashback.
Yeah, the fact that father and son able to work together like that's pretty cool. I do think Monarch could get like some visual and text and stuff, but yeah, so drama actor, of course, got Noah Wiley for The Pit, Gary Oldman for Slow Horses, Sterling K. Brown for Paradise, Mark Ruffalo for Task, and then my fifth, I was between two names. I was between either Peter Claflin for Night of the Seven Kingdoms or Walton Goggins. Even though I have a Night of the Seven Kingdoms in drama, I'm going Walton Goggins for Fallout.
I am between Walton Goggins or Anthony Starr. What?
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Which
I
one?
think, I would go Anthony Starr. I think that the amount of time people have been criticizing the Emmys for never nominating him for The Boys, this could finally get him.
It could. And I mean, he is phenomenal on that show. So,
If they used the episode where he had that conversation with the guy that he finally let go rather than just kill. Like, that.
Yeah. And during the finale as well and everything, like his performance truly is impeccable on The Boys.
He should have got nominated last season before the lab episode, like when he go back to the lab.
He should have been nominated for like almost every single one, but especially last season for the lab episode. That was so well acted. So I can see kind of that.
He'd be maybe the low nomination for The Boys for anything big.
And then good point. Also, we didn't talk about this. Aniston. EDM still has Jennifer Aniston and Apple plus Alphabet advantage.
Jesus.
Oh yeah,
I don't see that happening.
But I think
who still watch the Morning Store? I want to know who still watch that show.
I mean, apparently voters still do because it shows up everywhere at the Golden Globes. It does show up in a few categories at the Emmys every now and then.
But it get hated on by people. Like the reviews get worse and worse every season. Like
I know. So I don't get it. I don't get why it's getting all this awards praise, but apparently it does. And then Claflin over Goggins, thinking about that, the Bodyguard actor that got in even without drama series nom. Yeah.
What if Bodyguard a drama series or was it a limited series? That never got season 2 nominees. Like
I don't remember, but maybe it did. I don't know. But apparently, I guess it did get into drama series. You know what? I want to give Fallout something, but no one was really talking about it this season. So,
and I just feel like people need to talk about you guys for Night of the Seven Kingdoms or Anthony Starr by mode comes.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm gonna go with Peter Claflin instead of Walton Goggins. As much as it pains me to move Walton Goggins off the list, I'm gonna go with Peter Claflin, especially because I have a show and drama series, so I think it needs like a package deal with it. So
Walton Goggins again probably for season 3. Like he is phenomenal on Fallout.
He
Like
is,
that's
and he has been nominated before. He's even won. He won for The White Lotus, so
Yeah.
and I think he's won for Justified before. So like he's won before. So like there's no sad Walton Goggins if he doesn't get.
Yeah, he might get nominated next year, but especially with the show going with him now searching for his wife and kid that somehow got out. That
Oh
bullshit.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, there's some good potential there. Then for supporting actress, the nominees I have, these are 7. I've got Catherine Lanasa for The Pit. I've got Carolina Wadra for Pluribus. I've got Julian Nicholson for Paradise. I've got Allison Janney for The Diplomat. I've got Taylor Dearden for The Pit. I'm going to try to say her name. Sepita Moafi. I know I mispronounced that and butchered that. I'm sorry. From The Pit. And then I've got Sydney Sweeney in Euphoria. So
I tasked Jenny Trini for Emilia Jones for a task like that.
yeah, Amelia Jones, her performance is, in my opinion, the better performance, and I thought she was exceptional on task. But I just know like Sydney Sweeney is a big name, and she's one of those that her character goes through some very weird and showy kind of stuff this season. It's like the most showiest performance she's ever done, where she's like over the top, crying, over the top, screaming, over the top, everything. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, voters might like this. She's constantly doing shit like that. So we'll have to see. For the sake of this video, though, to keep it interesting, you can go with Amelia Jones, and I'll go with Sydney Sweeney.
Listen, I'm ready for this category. I think I see all the people that cancel each other out. I see it might go to Julianne Nicholson for Paradise.
I want to say that, but at the same time, like, I mean, I want to also say Catherine and Nasa could take it. But
I just think Julianne Nicholson have like the standout performance for this category from season 2 of Paradise.
Or they could cancel it out, and Carolina Wiedra could win for Pluribus, because like her performance, the way she acts alongside Rhea Seehorn is really strong. So I could see something like her taking it as well if they all canceled each other out. But because the thing is, Catherine Lanasa, she won for the first season, but she won for the first season when nobody else from The Pit was nominated. It was only her. So I wonder if they will cancel each other out, leaving room for a Julian Nicholson or Carolina Wiedra surprise. I could see.
Also, don't get out because we mentioned Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown. Somehow.
Let's not discount Millie Bobby Brown. She could get in there.
Or Sadie Sink. Like, I really would rather see Sadie Sink get in over Millie Bobby.
I would too, honestly. But yeah, I think that's one not to discount either. If Stranger Things goes all the way, because the thing is, I've only got Stranger Things in like 3 categories. I got it in like directing, and one of the supporting categories, and in like drama series. So I don't know if that's going to be a large enough package for it, but it might be. So we'll have to see it, because I mean, what we do in the shadows, that would get in occasionally with only like 3 nominees or whatever in major categories. So moving on to the drama supporting actor, we got Patrick Ball for The Pit, Sean Hannity for The Pit, got Tom Pelphrey for Task, I have this being the only one that the show gets. I have Billy Crudup for The Morning Show, and then Carlos Manuel Vesca for Pluribus, Jack Loudon for Slow Horses, and then I'm between either Garen Howell for The Pit. I'm between 3. I'm between Garen Howell for The Pit, Jacob Elordi for Euphoria, or David Harbour for Stranger Things. So
I'm between you guy for the pit, David Harbour, or Sam Elliott for Landman.
oh yeah, Sam Elliott for Lineman. He's a really good choice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a
We
tough.
forgot to talk about Landman and drama. I don't realize shit.
Yeah, we forgot to talk about Landman
Yeah.
drama. I don't know if it's going to get into drama because of how stacked that is this year,
Yeah.
but also like I just feel like the
We
television
don't cut out Billy Bob Thornton, maybe thinking into actor in the drama.
don't discount him. I feel like if anything, Taylor Sheridan shows are going to get more acting noms
Yeah.
than any like show nom because I feel like they don't really like Taylor Sheridan. I don't know, like
Yeah.
you look at how Yellowstone performed. I feel like they don't really like Taylor Sheridan as like at the Television Academy. So
Sam Elliott was phenomenal season 2 Landman. Like that, just like anybody from that acting, he should get.
exactly. So um,
And same with David Harbour. Like I think he was one of the better acting in the final season.
I think so too. And you
You know
know,
what? I throw in another name for Stranger Things. Jamie Campbell Barrett.
I think
Yeah.
he could sneak in there too.
Yeah.
He's one that I'm on the lookout for. I think he could.
He got so much to do with that wall. Like
He
so many
did.
layers. Yeah.
So, which one are you going to throw in there? I know
Sam
you're not
Elliott.
Sam Elliott, and then
Yeah.
I know you don't have Billy Crudup in there, do you? Or
No.
all right, who do you got instead of him?
David Harbour.
David Harbour and
Yeah.
Sam Elliott. All right, so you went with David Harbour. So I'm going to go with. I want to go with either David Harbour or Garen Howell. But for now, because I know David Harbour is going to get nominated for DTF White, St. Louis.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Garen Howell for the pit. I'm going to change it to that. And
But on Wednesday we do have maybe a lot of double nomination for actors.
oh yeah, there could be. And I just think that the pit's going to be the most nominated show out of everything. So I think that's a good pick there for drama guest actress.
Can I also throw another name in for supporting actor?
Yeah.
The kid from Night of the Seven Kingdom. The one that played Egg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. He says, I have Ann Dowden thinking she'll be the veteran surprise over Janie. Interesting. That would be.
Did Burnout get nominated? Like, I love that show, but I never saw an Emmy contender.
Yeah, I never saw it as something getting Emmy nominated. And then he also says, have Carlos Manuel Vesca. I do as well. And the random diverse nominees have become more common / required, like how sole female Oscar director nom is an unofficial requirement. That's true. It's like it feels that same way. And then he says
that's weird. Like that Burnout got in for USA over like Suit, right? So many shows.
Exactly. Mark Duplass could happen again. He's so well liked in the industry. Yeah, but I don't ever see him in getting that love for the morning show, I would love for him to get nominated for Creep Tapes now. Creep Tapes is a fantastic show, and I think his performance in that is great.
It's creep free. I'd rather have another creep movie because of way the end Creep 2.
Exactly. We need another one. So for drama guest actress, I have in the top spot Shailene Woodley for Paradise.
She my number one win for that category.
She's so good on Paradise. And then I've got Miriam Shore for Pluribus. I've got Tal Anderson for The Pit, which Tal Anderson is the sister in The Pit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brittany Allen for The Pit, which Brittany Allen is the lady who is wanting to kind of take her own life, the patient that wants to die peacefully or whatever. So she has an emotional character arc in that show. And then I have Merritt Weaver for The Gilded Age, I think if anything, Merritt Weaver, she gets into a lot of television stuff. You look at Godless, you look at the show she did with what's the girl Cat from The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unbelievable. I think is what it was. Yeah, she did that show. She did Godless. They were Emmy nominated, so seems like she's beloved by the Television Academy. So I had Merritt Weaver in there, and then I was between Elizabeth Moss, for guest, or between Daniel Deadwyler for Euphoria, and I went with Daniel Deadwyler. I think what she does in Euphoria was really good. So I think that she can sneak in there and get a best guest actress.
Yeah, that might be my list because I didn't have time to make a list because I don't know what considered cameo, what considered supporting. Like, look at all.
I get that.
Yeah.
For drama guest actor,
I mean, Shirley Woodley, some will argue, is supporting more because she in like 2 to 3 episodes of Paradise.
I think I heard though to be a guest, you can be in up to like 3 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think she still qualifies.
She's gonna win. Like, I think her first episode guaranteed.
She has that advantage. She has that advantage too of being in more than one episode. So so I feel like, and the pit people are going to cancel each other out. So I feel like Shailene Woodley definitely
very deserving.
And Miriam Short, the name from Pluribus, she plays the girlfriend, Rhea Seehorn's girlfriend on that show. So she's very good on that.
She got into 1 episode, but just like once again, this is the problem, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So for drama guest actor, my picks are Jeff Kober for The Pit. He's the guy that plays like Noah Wiley's like friend on the show and everything. So I'm going with him to win it because I think that he has a really interesting emotional kind of arc there. Or a very close second, one that could also win, just as a posthumous love to the actor, is Eric Dane for Euphoria. I have him in there. And then Jonathan Pryce I have for Slow Horses. I've got Jeff Hiller for Pluribus. I've got Bradley Whitford for The Diplomat. And then Giancarlo Esposito for The Boys. I feel like
I don't get how he dealing so nomination for acting and avoid every single.
He's one of those guys who just the Television Academy just absolutely love him. So he's going to get in no matter what, basically.
Well, he's great on the board, but like if I do nominate people for acting, I nominate like Carl Urban, Anthony Starr, like okay performance. Like,
yeah. I see what you're saying, and then there's
Frenchie, phenomenal actor.
Oh yeah. And there's like other really good actors, like you have Coleman Domingo who could get in for Euphoria. You got
I think he might be the dark horse when right there for what I understand for the final season of Euphoria for his.
Yeah, he might be a big dark horse there. We've got Jeremy Irons, like he says, for the morning show. People love Jeremy Irons, and it could be a name check. So, and he says, but I think only Domingo gets in over Kane, or I think he meant Eric Dane, but I think both of them could get in. You have Ernest Harden Jr. He could get in. He had a great arc in The Pit, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with Giancarlo Esposito for now because I just feel like he's one of those ones that just he gets in, and it's like, okay, what are we doing?
The fact that he's getting in over Coleman Domingo, I think,
I think, I want Coleman Domingo to get in, and I might. You know what? I might be willing to take out Bradley Whitford for The Diplomat.
No, he on my list.
Yeah, I don't know.
The clam scene where he doing the clam, like where everything around that comical thing. Like,
yeah. I am, or yeah, you know what? Actually, he has a great scene in the show. I'm gonna go with Coleman Domingo in Euphoria. So I think both Euphoria people are gonna get in there. I think Coleman Domingo um and him are gonna get in there. I'm sorry, Giancarlo. You've been nominated many times. You'll get nominated again. All right. So for drama directing, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 picks here, and the 7 that I went with are I went to like variety for some of these, but I've got The Pit. I got 2 episodes. I got 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. getting nominated for directing because those are 9 p.m. being the finale, and then 7 p.m. being kind of like one of the intense episodes that was pretty well directed. And then I have Pluribus. I got 2 episodes. I've got Grenade, which is, obviously the one where she blows up her own house with a grenade. And then We Is Us, which I believe is the finale for Pluribus.
Oh, you don't have the pilot.
Or is that the premiere? Hold up. It might be We Is Us might be the premiere. Let me look that up.
I think the pilot they have a good chance to win for directing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I always get I'm not good with the We Is Us is the first episode. Okay, so I do have I have the
I had that at the guaranteed winner. I think the way that was directed, the one shot and everything. Like
yeah, it is the pilot. So We Is Us is the pilot.
Yeah.
I got confused there, but yeah. So I have that episode in there for directing. I think that's one that is a surefire winner. Another one I could see though sneaking up as a winner is A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and I have the Trial of the Sun.
Yeah,
episode. That one because of the way the battle was shot.
Mm-hmm.
And how it's all done. I think that show
and out. The camera shot when it showed the guy back at the guy's head and everything.
Look out for that episode because I feel like that could be almost like the Slow Horses or Andor situation where it wins only one prize and it's something like directing or so look out for that episode because that was a superbly directed episode.
Yeah,
and then I've also got Slow Horses in there for the episode Scars. And then I've got Stranger Things, The Right Side Up, which is the finale. I think in terms of directing, you look at the big battle they had with a giant cat.
Oh, I would go with the Sadie Sink episode when she go back, like the way that was. Yeah.
I think that was a better directed episode in my opinion, but I think that in terms of what they're going to go with more so the one that was like the longest episode or the one that was like the biggest, most epic grand scale episode kind of deal. So
the way that episode with Sadie Sink, the way they go into each memory, like the crossing over it and the
yeah. I think that definitely could do that. And that's true. After some of those upsets in both writing and directing, Slow Horses is in the literature pedigree is respected in these two guys.
Listen, when we get to writing, Slow Horses might win again just for the Gary Oldman monologue speech and telling the story.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I am because in drama writing, my picks for that I have Paradise in drama writing. I considered it in drama directing, but I don't know what I'd take out for Paradise. But like that's a superbly directed show.
I would maybe take Strangest Thing out for Paradise in.
Yeah, I know Variety didn't have Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode in there, and they put in Paradise instead. But I just feel like, how can you not nominate that Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode? Then
again, when we get to Emmy next year, House of Dragons is doing a sweet directing and maybe writing.
I think so, yeah. And then The Pit, I have for writing, I have 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. I think that those episodes were I think those were two of the ones that were written by Noah Wiley himself. So that's why I think that those ones I could see getting in there. And then Pluribus, I have the Grenade episode. I also have We Is Us for Pluribus, which is the pilot. And then I've got Slow Horses for Scars. So those are my picks there for drama writing. So
I also maybe was showing like the Diplomat being a sneaky surprise for writing.
Diplomat could be a sneaky surprise for writing.
Especially for the last episode of season 3, the reveal and everything.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that being a kind of a dark horse writing one. I could see Task being a surprise for writing.
We didn't bring up the husband and supporting actor in the drama for the Diplomat.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
So I could
and he gave him a lot more to do in season 3 than the other 2 seasons.
Sure. Yeah, but yeah. So that's what I got in terms of the drama categories. So we can move on to the comedy category.
My favorite category.
The comedy categories are so fun. So for best comedy series, I think we're going to be mostly in agreement except for one.
Yeah.
I've got one or two, but I've got Hacks. I've got Widow's Bay. I've got Margot's Got Money Troubles. And then Shrinking, Abbott Elementary, Only Murders in the Building. And then I'm sticking with my guns and putting in both The Bear and The Comeback. I think those two will sneak in there as the two other comedies.
I have Nobody Wanted to either The Rooster or The Comeback.
You have Nobody Wants Us and what else?
Either The Rooster or The Comeback for the last.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Rooster, I'm trying to enjoy that show, but I'm sorry, I just personally I don't find that one funny. I think it's the weakest of all of that guy's shows. I forget his name, but I think it's the weakest of all of his shows right now. So I'm not huge into Rooster, but I can see the potential where it could be nominated because apparently it was like HBO's most watched comedy series or something. So that might help it just in that front.
It's funny how that show also had the same actress from Hack that played the secretary.
I know. That is funny.
She had very funny of Rooster playing stuff. Kind of similar.
Yeah, she does seem pretty funny. So, so which one are you going with? The Rooster and Nobody Wants Us, or
maybe Nobody Wanted and to come back just because.
Yeah.
That's based on what I've heard from people.
Yeah, I think based on what I'm hearing from people, I would check out The Comeback once the Emmy nominees come out, but I just.
Personally, I would rather have Scrub get in because I think that would have really strong.
Yeah, Scrubs getting in would have been great. But unfortunately, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen for Scrubs. It's been nominated though before, so for
when we get to guest star, I forgot about Scrub, and then I added somebody else in from Scrub guest star.
For best lead actress in a comedy series, the nominees I have are Jean Smart in Hacks, obviously. Elle Fanning for Margot's Got Money Troubles. I got Lisa Kudrow for The Comeback. I got Quinta Brunson for Abbott Elementary. And then this is where I have Nobody Wants Us nominated. I have Kristen Bell for Nobody Wants Us.
Yeah, same.
Those are your same 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a
really... Especially when I realized the Widow Bay actress for being put into supporting lead.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, I think with now that the Widow's Bay actress is in supporting for
It
best
doesn't
lead,
make sense when
I,
look at her role in the show.
I don't think it makes sense either because there's other females on the show that I think are actually more supporting, but there's literally a whole episode about Patricia. But okay,
Yeah.
So
And that might, by the way, that might win this, either for writing and directing just for that episode.
for that episode,
Yeah.
I know a lot of outlets are predicting the pilot or whatever, but to me, I think that that one is the one that should or
directing. I would give it like the shot with the mirror shot when you see the jaw drop. Like,
I would give directing to either that or to like the slasher episode. I thought that was very well directed as well.
Or the flashback episode, the Ty West flashback episode.
Yeah, that was very good. Best lead actor in a comedy, we have Matthew Rhys.
He's winning this.
He is. He's taking this. So even if he doesn't get nominated for, he could be a double nominee. But even if he doesn't get nominated for The Beast in Me, I think he's going to get still a victory come Emmy's night with Widow's Bay.
Danger Seeker might win next year. It's Shrinking season 4 come out next year.
I think he might win next year. I still have Jason Segel on my list. I have him at number 2.
Yeah.
And then I've got Martin Short for Only Murders in the Building. I've got Steve Carell for Rooster. And then my 5th slot, I'm sticking with Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. I think he's going to...
I got Adam Brody for Jeremy Allen.
Adam Brody for Nobody Wants to See. He's very good in season 2. I think he would definitely be worthy of taking that. But I want to say I'm right there with you. The Chair Company should get so many noms. It should get in for comedy series. It should get in for directing in a comedy series. It should get in for Tim Robinson, for writing, all this great stuff. It should get into a bunch of these categories. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be goose egged because
it came out too early.
Too early. And it's also one of those situations of where it's just very weird. And I don't know if the Television Academy
also it came out on the same streaming service a hack and continuing hacked and now being pushed more.
Yeah. And
Rooster.
And it was coming out came out around the same time also as like It Welcome to Derry, and that overshadowed it when it came out. So there was a whole mess. I just don't see Chair Company getting in at all. I want it to. It does. I'm going to cheer so loud, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So that's our 5 for best lead actor in a comedy series, and then for supporting actress in a comedy series, my nominees, I have Hannah Einbinder. She's winning this.
Yeah.
We've got Michelle Pfeiffer. Marga's Got Money Troubles in there.
The dark horse, if anybody did up to Hannah, they'd be Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, she's the dark horse, I feel. Or also my number 3, which is Kato Flynn for Widow's Bay. And then Janelle James for Abbott Elementary, Cheryl Lee Ralph for Abbott Elementary. And then I've got Jessica Williams for Shrinking. And then rounding out my list of 7, I finally got Megan Stalter for Hacks.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I think she hasn't gotten in for any other previous seasons, but I think she gets in for the final season because they won.
Especially when they did the presenting last year, they turned Paul W. down as one of the most funniest moments.
Yeah, that's her with Paul W. Downs. Yeah, great, and I think Paul W. Downs, we'll get to supporting actor in just a second, but I think he's also, I think Hacks overall is going to be the most nominated show when it comes to comedies. I think it's going to be.
Can we get her and Paul W. Down to host award one year just because the two of them work off so well each other?
I would absolutely love that. For comedy supporting actor, I've got Harrison Ford for Shrinking, Nick Offerman for Money's Got Money's Got Margot Troubles. I'll say Margot's Got Money Troubles. And then I've got Paul W. Downs for Hacks, and then Stephen Root for Widow's Bay, Michael Urie for Shrinking, Evan Moss Bachrach for The Bear, and then Tyler James Williams for Abbott Elementary.
Same. But the only caveat to see anybody said in that line, Gideon Bowen Yang.
Yeah, and then Bowen Yang, because it was his final season, I think he could sneak in there for that, for supporting.
It should go to Kenan Thompson just for the Black Santa Claus skit.
Yeah. It should go to him or to like someone like Ryan Gosling, who was hilarious, but yeah, Bowen Yang, I think could wind up getting it. If The Bear underperforms, I could see Bowen Yang getting in there, something like that.
Oh, we forgot about Ayo. Did I would really like the
Ayo? See, Ayo Adebri, like she does have a great episode this season.
She might get nominated just for directing
season 4, where it's her episode where she goes to her parents and house, and she's spending time with her family and all that. Like that episode that she directed in and starred in, she acted superb in that episode.
She might get nominated just for directing for the episode.
And I almost considered putting her in there instead of Kristen Bell, but I just feel like I feel like more people watch Nobody Wants This than they did The Bear, and it's also more of a comedy, so that's the only reason I threw her in there. But she's so good.
And she's going to win next year for the final season. Like, I think.
Oh yeah, she absolutely is. Like you don't watch the final season and not give it to her. Like that.
And Eben, same thing. I think her Eben got this hand down next year.
Absolutely, I think they definitely have this down next year. But for comedy guest actress, we've got Caitlin Olsen for Hacks. Is what I've got. I've got Cherry Jones for Hacks. I've got Candice Bergen for Shrinking. I've got Jamie Lee Curtis for The Bear. I've got Leslie Bibb for Hacks. And then I've got Betty Gilpin for Widow's Bay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just see that going to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to either Jamie Lee Curtis again, or like I have a feeling that it could cancel each other out, all the Hacks people in there, and you could either go to Jamie Lee Curtis or
Betty Gilpin.
Yeah, I was going to say, or Betty Gilpin for Widow's Bay.
Yeah.
See her taking it, the flashback episode. Yeah. In her performance.
It should go to Jamie Lee Curtis. That my favorite episode of season 4 was the one she does with this Tommy when they at the house.
It's my favorite episode of season 4 as well, and I would love to see her get. I think she did an incredible job in that episode. So,
but I'd be so pissed off if they decide to nominate Brie Larson as somebody for the Brie Larson for the wedding episode.
She has a much stronger chance of winning for season 4 than she does season 5, because Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't much in season 5, honestly. So,
but the moment season 5 and she opened your journal and she's seeing all of this.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then so that's my picks for comedy guest actress. We in agreement there?
Yeah.
Cool. And then for comedy guest actor, I've got Michael J. Fox for Shrinking. I've got Rob Reiner for The Bear. I have Brett Goldstein for Shrinking. I have John Bernthal for The Bear. I've got Jeff Daniels for Shrinking. And then I've got Christopher McDonald for Hacks. So
it's funny. I look at my mom watching season 4 of The Bear now because she's catching back up. Everything. John Bernthal went in the first episode of season 4 in real life because he's watching
Oh, he was in the first episode of it.
Yeah, in flashback, like
in flashbacks. Yeah, okay, so that's probably
yeah,
what the account is his. Yeah, he was in the first
because
episode.
the kitchen scene with the tomato and everything, like her conversation with Kami, like
Yeah, yeah. Was that?
but if I were to throw a name in here because I mentioned Scrub, I would really love to see John Cena again, like get in. Like I think they gave him a lot of emotional stuff to do in the reboot season of Scrub. Like
Yeah,
he having the health scare and him afraid of being alone and opening finally up to JD. Like
sure.
hmm.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a really great choice. I think what he was able to do in that season of Scrubs just really he knocked it out of the park. He's great in Rooster as well. If it's the same actor, he's great in Rooster as well. But he's better in Scrubs.
He's so good in Scrub. Same thing with Jack Braff. I would love to see Jack Braff get into acting the comedy. I think he take JD to new places that not just comedy, like punchline after punchline.
Yeah.
Especially anything with John C. McGinley, like the latter episode, especially. Like
exactly. And then now on to directing for a comedy series. The nominees I have is Hacks for the finale. I have Widow's Bay. Don't know which episode, but I have Widow's Bay getting into directing.
I got it for Ty West. I think his episode, the flashback, that way that was shot.
I think I have it in for the Trisha episode. That's going to be my directing episode. I think that one gets in because that was a better reviewed episode overall. So I think that one gets in for directing. And then the Lowdown I have in there. This is like the one nom I think the Lowdown will get with. I didn't even mention in comedy guest actor. Oh, I would love to see Peter Dinklage get in to comedy guest actor. I didn't even mention that. I would love to see him get in there, comedy guest actor. But
I even argue right in comedy guest actor, Nicole Kidman feel like a guest actress on Margaret Got Money Trouble than
she does feel good like a guest actress. But
she's great on Margaret Got Money Trouble. Like if I were,
and then the guy's mom too. She was a guest actress and she's pretty good on there. But the Lowdown, I have the pilot getting, and I think they'll probably just go with like that episode for directing, and then for Shrinking, I have the finale for Shrinking, and then I've got I have Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat. This is the one category I think Jury Duty gets in, and I have that for an episode Mergers and Acquisitions. I haven't seen the new Jury Duty. I didn't like the first season, so I don't know what episode that is, but I have that in because I just think that it might get in somewhere. And then I have the finale of season 4. Well, I had the season 4 finale for the Bear, but honestly, I might go with the A.O. Debris episode. I might put that in for the Bear.
That her my consolation prize. I feel like she does get into.
I feel like, I kind of feel the same way. And then I got Margot's Got Money Troubles for Lock and Loaded, which is the courtroom episode. So the finale.
It's funny every time I get that in a comedy, we also mention the judge from that episode.
Oh my god!
His acting is so good.
His acting, he is a wild judge.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'd be happy to get in because I think he's so entertaining now.
Yeah, he's very entertaining in that episode. I would love to see him get
in. And he get a great dramatic moment when he get the look before he made his final decision, like one. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then writing for a comedy series, I've got the Hacks finale.
Yeah.
I've got
Widow's Bay. We're gonna win. Like Hacks finale, gonna win. What?
Yeah, it's gonna win hands down for writing. Like, yeah. It may not. Widow's Bay could end up winning directing, but like Hacks is gonna win for writing, like hands down, easily.
Had to win both for the finale and directing for both finale and writing. Like that could just like
it could just take it. Like I said, we could see a Hack sweep at some point, because it's very, very good. But then I also have one that also is kind of the dark horse to look out for, which is the finale of Mars Got Money Troubles.
Yeah.
But I still think it's not going to touch the Hacks finale. And then
I also argue it had to get if it get double nomination for writing, I throw in the Jerry Jones episode for the ultimate funniest episode.
Yeah, that episode was
and it had that great dramatic moment when Gene Smart finally opened up why she was lying to Hannah the whole time about her.
Yeah. And but the finale had that great moment though where Nick Offerman goes to apologize to the roommate and everything. That was a really great moment.
There's a lot. Comedy is strong addition to drama, and I stand by it.
Oh yeah, I'll stand by that too. But then Widow's Bay, we got I'm putting in the pilot this time for writing. I think that one gets in for writing is Welcome to Widow's Bay. And then for Shrinking, I have the finale getting in. And then Abbott Elementary, I have an episode called Team Building getting in. And then The Comeback, I have an episode in there called Valerie Does It All getting in for writing. So.
Oh shit! Well, you mentioned Shrinking. You know who we forgot to mention in guest star?
Who?
The patient that ended up committing suicide.
Yeah.
Joyride. Like, she's so good.
She is very good on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that, but yeah, I don't know. Don't know if it's going to happen, but I would absolutely love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Is it not Ellie Vaughn? What's the actress name for Joyride that played the patient?
Joyride. It was I know which one you're talking about. I can think of.
I like her a lot at that comedian. So that's trying to remember.
If somebody watching knows who we're talking about, sound off in the comments below. But yeah, so that's all the comedy categories. So moving on to limited series category. So this is going to be our final predictions for limited series / TV movie categories. So starting off with best limited series, the 5 that I've got, again, just like we went over this last night, not much has changed on this, but we'll still go over them briefly. But my number 1 choice is Beef. Then I've got Half Man, Love Story, The Beast in Me, and DTF St. Louis.
Same.
Yeah, same. All right, and then for TV movie, I've got Remarkably Bright Creatures, Swiped, Cover, People We Meet on Vacation, Mike and Nick and Alice.
I had Miss You Love You over Mike and Nick.
All right, cool. So we'll go with those 2 different choices and see.
You know what? I changed my limited series. I standing by it. Something bad gonna happen.
You're going with your gut and you're finding something very bad going to happen?
Yeah.
Over which show?
Maybe DTS St. Louis. I just think the more talk about show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were both widely talked about. Honestly, I feel like more conversation happened with something very bad is going to happen more than The Beast in Me. Honestly, if we're that way too. I feel like there was more conversation there, but that's good. I mean, hey, I hope you're right. That's all I'll say. I will have something that's going to happen in a couple, maybe 1 or 2 categories, but I hope you're right when it comes to.
It should get in. I think that's the strongest limited series out than one.
Yeah. And so for movie / limited actress, I've got Sarah Snook for All Her Fault. I've got Claire Danes for The Beast in Me, Carey Mulligan for Beef, Sarah Pigeon for Love Story, and then I did have Sally Field, but I'm now going to be doing Kerry Washington for Imperfect Women.
I had Sally Field. I think, once again, which one's got better reviews?
That's true.
And I would take Never Snook off, but I go from something bad gonna happen.
Oh yeah, something you would take her off for the actress in that. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Like I said, I just don't.
Her acting is.
Her acting.
Besides Carey Mulligan, those two are the best out. I haven't seen Delafield performance yet, so I cannot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But feels very good. But I think I
Yeah.
even like the girl from Something Very Bad is going to happen even more, just because I already know Sally Field's going to act. Like I already know she's a great actress. I didn't even really. I was not familiar with this actress, and she just blew me away. So, for movie limited actor, we got Oscar Isaac for Beef, Jamie Bell for Half Man, Matthew Rhys for The Beast and Me, Charlie Hunnam for Monster: The Ed Gein Story, and then Paul Anthony Kelly for Love Story. Is that?
I want to take Charlie Hunnam off to get either Michael Shannon or Matthew McFadden in so badly.
Yeah, I mean, you could if you want to, but
it's just like I just don't get the Ryan Murphy train. Like
I don't get it either. I don't like Ryan Murphy. The one change I've made is in movie limited supporting actress, and not necessarily the names, but I've gotten, but I did change out something. So I got movie limited supporting actress. I now have Kaylee Spaney winning. I put her up at the top, so I have Kaylee Spaney in the lead to take it.
It's going to be a beef sweep here.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a beef sweep, I think. Then I have Yoon for Beef. I've got Dakota Fanning for Our Fault, Naomi Watts for Love Story, Laurie Metcalf for Monster: The Ed Gein Story, and then I have Brittany Snow for Beast in Me, and then a Hope Diction of Betty Gilpin for Death by Lightning.
Yeah. So. Either Hope Diction, Betty Gilpin, or Jennifer Jason Leigh for something bad.
Yeah. So I'm going with that. I think Death by Lightning will get at least one nomination or two, and it could be in the supporting category. So I think
that's writing too. Like I think writing too.
Yeah, that's a good point there. And then for limited supporting actor, got Charles Melton for Beef, Richard Gadd for Half Man, Jason Bateman, DTF St. Louis, Jonathan Banks for The Beast and Me, Alessandro Nivola for Love Story, and then I've got David Harbour for DTF St. Louis.
They don't go for both DTF St. Louis. I'd love to see Nick Offerman get in for Lightning.
That's what I would love to see too, honestly.
Or the brother from Something Bad Gonna Happen. Like,
yeah, exactly. And then I think both of those would be really good. Nick Offerman has a chance. I just think that I have David Harbour in there. But before we get to anime program, the directing and writing for a limited series. So for writing for a limited series, first off, I'll do Beef, DTF St. Louis, Half Man, Lord of the Flies, and then Love Story. I think I'm sticking with those 5 for writing. I think that's going to be.
And I would take out Lord of the Fly and put in Something Bad Gonna Happen for the wedding.
I do have Something Very Bad going to happen in directing because I've got I have 2 Beef episodes. I've got Black Rabbit, DTF St. Louis, and then I've got Something Very Bad is going to happen.
Yeah.
Getting in there for directing. So those are the ones I've got for directing and for writing. For now for anime program, this is one
clear number 1 that we want to see happen here.
That we want to see happen, but I think they're a clear number 1. It's just they're going to default to The Simpsons, and then to South Park and Bob's Burgers. Those 3 they're going to default to. Then I think they're going to do King of the Hill, Brent because that came back, and then unfortunately in my fifth slot on here, but in my first place in my heart is Maul Shadow Lord. I think it is going to get in, but it's on the cusp. It could possibly get.
I bet that they put in like the same thing they always do. Like Invisible should be in here. Maul Shadow Lord should be in here.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if Legend of Vox Machina is eligible for this next.
And the Mighty Nine.
But something like that, or the Mighty Nine, something like that. Instead of the same old shit that we see constantly in here, it becomes kind of boring. So that's.
And I know people love the new season of Kingdom Hearts, so I would not discount that. I know a lot of people love the movie.
Oh yeah, a lot of people love it. So like, I'm not going to discount that, but for the other ones, they've worn out their welcome, guys. Come on, we don't need to keep on nominating them. There's Maul, Shadow Lord, Rick and Morty. I wouldn't be surprised if that just gets in again. Primal, Stranger Things 85.
Adventure Time, the new season Adventure Time.
Yeah, exactly. Predator Killers, I think they could put in there. I would absolutely.
Would that count as a movie? Then animated?
It would, but it's because it's animated program, they'll still technically, because it's still a TV movie, they can still throw it in there. So I think that one would work. I heard Long Story Short is pretty good. So, but for me, I'm going to stick with Maul Shadow Lord. So hoping that one.
Here hoping when Invisible get a final season, Invisible get it too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then real quickly, I'll just run through the picks I got for competition program. Got RuPaul's Drag Race, The Traitors, Top Chef, Survivor, and The Amazing Race.
There you go, Traitors. Like that.
Yeah, it's going to go to Traitors. That's the only one out of all of those I even watch, but it's going to go to Traitors. It's a really fun show. Reality host, I have Alan Cumming winning it. RuPaul's Drag Race, I have in there RuPaul Charles. Got Jeff Probst for Survivor, Kristen Kish for Top Chef, and then Phil Keegan for The Amazing Race. He made a good Hacks cameo this year. That's why he will get in there. And then for variety series, I've got the same old shit, which is Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Saturday Night Live, Late Show with Stephen Colbert, The Daily Show, and Jimmy Kimmel Live. So,
I predict it. There you go, Colbert for the final.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to Colbert for the final thing. He won last time, and then it's going to go with
the finale was phenomenal. Like the last episode he did was really phenomenal.
For sure. Yeah. No, I think. And in terms of what will be the most nominated, because they talked about that.
Hack.
I think Hacks, and then and he says the Pit. I think the Pit definitely could. So
Beef definitely will.
Yeah, I think Beef in terms of limited series, the Pit and Hacks will be the most nominated. I think the Pit will wind up getting like 15 or something crazy like that. So we'll see. But yeah. So,
and Beef is some of the technical stuff, like the animation title card they do for every episode.
So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, that's it, guys, for our Emmy nominations for 2026. So that's our final predictions, guys. We'll see who's the most right come July 8th.
In 2 days.
Just a couple of days. So we'll come back here. We'll react to the Emmy nominations for you guys and break them down for you all and see what were snubs, what weren't, all that good stuff. So where can people find you, Chris?
You can find me here then Letterboxd. I'm shooting some stuff. I might be on late tonight. I'll show about trivia with JPL trivia scene. Ready for the group chat to be created. That's the case. And then everywhere else. Excited about Emmy on Wednesday. And I think we also talk about maybe finally do our top 10 of the year so far, like that same day. So
Yeah, we're gonna finally be doing that. So looking forward to that.
my list is right here.
Yeah, same here. Top 10 shows of the year
Yeah.
so far on Wednesday, and then more Emmy coverage coming you guys' way. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, share, ring that notification bell so you do not miss a video. I will see you all in the next one. And until then, stay classy, my friends. Keep on watching those TV shows.